welcome to another show, Soulfully Guided, another week of Soulfully Guided, I should say. I'm your host, Carmel-Anne, and basically today I'll be spending a few minutes talking about raising our vibration. If you didn't tune in last week, we spoke about grounding ourselves, clearing ourselves of icky energy and things that don't belong to us with the intention of then protecting ourselves. So do have a listen to last week's segment if you missed it. Moving on to raising your vibration after you've protected yourself. I'm really not going to tell you techniques that you can find or research yourself. I'm going to tell you what works for me, and I'm going to tell you from my heart, not basically Google search or a book search or things like that. Literally what works best for me. And I suggest also with you, you've got to do things that really work with you and that feel natural and real to you. If you don't enjoy meditating, don't force yourself to do it to raise your vibration. It's going to defeat the purpose. So that is the best technique, something that works for you, that you feel comfortable with, that your body will recognize, hey, I love this song, or I love this walk, or, for me, every morning before we leave the house, my 5-year-old and I hold my 11-month-old, and we do a morning dance. We're meant to have turns picking our song, but we've been stuck on The Floor Is Lava for about 5 months, and then before that it was Baby Shark. But every morning before we leave our house, we raise our vibration by having a dance and a sing. We look like dogs. We sound terrible. The neighbours are probably thinking, what's going on there? But we are having the best time. So we are uplifted even before we leave the house. In that sense, if something goes wrong that day, we don't look at that one thing that went bad. We look at that one way that started our day and how great it was. So I recommend you to try small techniques, not too time-consuming, that get you feeling protected, your energy cleared, and then your vibration raised so you can make the best of your day too. Once we do this repetitively, our body recognizes that this is our thing. This is what makes us feel good. So it becomes internal, and your body registers as well. So really try and raise your vibration. At night, we're going to go into a caller. So is that Raven? I read correctly.
Yes,
sorry,
Raven.
Hi, I'll just be a moment. Sorry, bear with me. So look, at night, what I do is I don't want to be hypo and do my morning dance. So then I wind down but keep my vibration good with a meditation before bed. So really, I really recommend doing these small techniques, not taking all your time and making it a burden, but something that will lift you up. So that's raising our vibration this week. Thank you, Raven, for waiting for me. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Excited to be picked for going on to get a reading.
It is.
I feel like I won a lottery.
Have you had a reading before?
No.
Excellent. First timer. Do you have a topic you want to talk about or ask? Yep. What would that be?
A suicide. My son committed suicide, and I just wonder, where does the spirit get detained here, or does it move on?
Okay. I'm not a medium. I do know the cards though, so I can connect to the cards. I'm really, really sorry for your loss. It's an incredible journey you would have had to take it, and I can't even begin with words to tell you. I had a very special person to me commit suicide. I did see them before I became spiritual. I saw them and I'd lost contact with them, and I didn't realize they had passed on. I saw them in the exact form as I saw another spirit when I was younger, and there was no difference between them. Look, when it comes to suicide, we often think, some people think it's selfish or how could they do that, but we also don't know how much pain that other person is living with. I am not a medium, but I believe there's something beautiful out there for spirits that have passed on by suicide as well, that they've lived an incredibly hard life on earth so hard that they couldn't stay here, and it was easier to leave than it was to stay. And that's hard for us to acknowledge as the living. Would you like me to pull some cards to see how your son is doing?
Certainly, I just want to say that he was an organ donor, and 7 of his organs were successfully transplanted, and all the persons who received them are living wonderful lives. So she gave a beautiful gift, and I came to terms with it, believing that he was an angel here on earth, playing a human for a short time.
Okay. Oh, the incredible sacrifice, and amazing to think that someone was thinking of other people's well-being and lives when, you know, they were struggling themselves. What a beautiful, selfless person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should, you know, there's lots of reason to be proud, and we don't know, even if it's our children, how someone is struggling, and I don't know if there's much we can do to stop that person struggling. You know, sometimes people think medication helps or trying to face problems, but we really don't know what it's like for that person. And I believe, you know, some religions will say that they, you know, have to suffer, or that it's, you know, there's no place for them in heaven. I honestly don't believe that with what I've seen in my small experience of medium, like seeing spirits. Mm-hmm. I believe they, you know, have the opportunity to overcome their struggles on earth, but from a better space. And look, I'm happy to pull some. Would you like me to pull some cards to see how they're doing?
Yeah, I suppose. How about, just.
Are you comfortable with that? Yeah. If you're not, we can do something else.
I'm comfortable with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Okay. Going on the other side, okay. That's a safe route. Okay. Okay. Is there a fatherly figure or another man passed over?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm getting is that person has passed over, but with your child that's passed on, I get them working on themselves, working hard from above on what was going on down here. So they're actually working through it, not in an unpleasant, struggling way, but in a really practical and healthy way. I feel that in their passing, I'm really sorry to say, in their passing, it might not have been the easiest option, but it cleared all that emotional balance. It wasn't the easy option for them to take, and they want you to know that. It was very hard for them to stay or to go. So it's not that passing and committing suicide, it's not that was the easy option. It's just that was the way they felt it would solve that imbalance, those emotional issues, that struggle with the emotions. And then we have that person that's passed over, which is heavily in, you know, the older or the masculine figure that's passed away, heavily in their, you know, their space and helping them as well. So they've got, your child has people with them helping as they've passed over. It was, I see in life, it was really hard for them. They felt like there was no way out, and maybe they didn't see or couldn't see the help that was available to them because they were in that space of really hurting. But we look at this beautiful card, it's like a complete opposite. So if you can see that, I'm not sure if you can see that. So that is the 10 of Pentacles.
I turned my laptop off because they said it might interfere. So no, I'm not seeing what you're doing.
That's okay. You can see it, that you don't have to see it. Then that's a 10 of Pentacles. It is a really happy card. It is the ultimate card of having, I feel like having what you want, having that peace, that stability, reaching a level of like the ultimate, that like it's, so with the tarot, you get from ace to 10 in the minor arcana. So 10 is the highest card. Your child is in a whole different league, having passed on. They're working on themselves. They're working on their struggles. They're chipping away at what didn't work. And even though I'm not a medium, I can tell that masculine figure is there with them. And they're doing okay. They're doing better where they are than how they were able to be here. And that's not a reflection of you or anything. It's just where they were. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Okay. And how are you feeling?
Well, I just feel that it was sudden and there was no warning, and just sad that she didn't reach out to ask for help from me, because there was a threat of suicide from 2 prior individuals, and I phoned the police immediately, and they had help immediately. And I was very angry that his partner, who was with him, didn't call any of the family to say what was going on.
Oh my goodness!
And then left him alone.
Okay. I just don't want you thinking. I don't want you being stuck in a space of what you could have done. We are not mind readers, even with our children, and things. You know, if you, no matter what you did or couldn't do, your child would have always thought of you. And when we're in that space of feeling so sad that losing life is a better option, it's a very difficult place to be. And I'd love you to reach out to me if I can help you in any way, or if you wanted to speak to a medium and specifically speak to your son, one-on-one through the mediumship. Our time has come to an end. I hope in every sense I was able to help you, and I hope you understand how wonderful and what an influence you were on your child, even if they couldn't continue with life. You did your best every day, and that's, a big thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, Raven, I wish you so much happiness, and sorry that's our show for the week, but please do reach out at Soulfully Guided Carmel-Anne on Facebook, or my website, soulfullyguided.com.au, and I'd be more than happy to help you a little bit more or direct you to someone who is a good medium.